So once again, good morning, everybody, and you all are welcome to this webinar, which is basically to do with your career aspirations, your career goals. So it's a kind of a counseling that I would like to take you through, and which would help you to, view your future in a much better way based on what could be your strengths. We need some basis, right? Before we some basis we need to choose the right line, the right stream of subjects, and this would enable us to be happy. Our ultimate the aim should be to be happy in life. So there's no use taking up something and later regretting for that. So let's go through this. I'd like to take you all on this journey, and I would like to open my presentation. I will share the screen. So is my presentation visible? The first slide, the Cornerstone Foundation?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, wait. Wonderful. So the Cornerstone Foundation is a counseling center, counseling and coaching center, which me and my wife, we started just 3 months back, 3 or 4 months back. And this is the place where we, offer our services and in various fields. It could be family counseling, it could be career counseling, it could be, regarding related to life's issues, it could be on any other topic uh, which is troubling a person, or a person needs direction or a transformation in his life. So the Cornerstone Foundation is how we set it up. And since the last 3 years, we have been learning, studying from various institutes to equip ourselves. So you're welcome to the Cornerstone Foundation, where we try to impact lives towards change in a positive way. So the topic for today is choosing the right career goal. As I said earlier, all of us will be looking, what do I take up? What do I have in store for the future? Which is the line I need to take? So there are so many things that motivate a person. Should I become a doctor? Should I become a software professional? Should I become a musician? There are so many things. So all these things could cause also confusion in a person, especially the students. Students in the 9th and 10th who are on the verge of entering into the intermediate or +2, and they need to make a choice, or even students in +2 who would be entering into graduation. So which would be the suitable line? If I understand my own self, what is my purpose, what am I built up of, then I would be able to make my own decisions. So let's move forward. So basically, all of you would be knowing me. My name is Praveen Kurl. My wife's name is Anita. My credentials are I'm actually an engineer with a diploma in business management. I have over 30 years of work experience, which is a mixture of India and abroad. The reason why I'm putting this slide is you can see my accreditations over here that are in various topics that I have equipped myself, certified myself. But here I would like to keep a disclaimer. All these things are visible to you. I am not a psychiatrist, or neither am I a medical practitioner. I am a counselor, and I counsel people, I coach people towards their life's goals, or help them for transformation, or to come out of their, or rather change their life issues that's troubling them. So this is why this slide is over here. Now, I have a question. I have a question for all of you. These are the celebrities, or the very famous people. You all can see. We have Abdul Kalam, we have Narendra Modi, Amitabh Bachchan, the famous actor, Virat Kohli, great cricketer, A.R. Rahman, another great musician, Swaminathan, Dr. Swaminathan, who's known as the father of the Green Revolution in India. And of course, you have Abdul Kalam, who's a great scientist, and Modi ji being a famous politician. So, who would you all say is the most intelligent? You all can unmute yourself for this slide and again mute back, but come up with your answers. Who do you all say is the most intelligent?
Swaminathan.
Swaminathan. Okay. Who else? You know, Abdul Kalam was a scientist and then he went on to become a president.
Yes,
You
sir.
know Virat Kohli, he didn't finish his 12th, yet he's a cricketer of great fame.
Yes, sir.
So Amitabh Bachchan was rejected so many times from movies, from the radio stations. So who do you feel? Take a guess. Is the most intelligent?
I think each one is intelligent in their own field.
Yes, that's right. There's nobody who we can say is perfectly intelligent. Many people say a person who has good logical thinking, a person who is good in critical decision making, in solving problems, he is intelligent. So many people they say end up saying it is Abdul Kalam who is very intelligent, but it's not so. Amal, could you please mute yourself? Thank you. So it's not so. Modi ji is very intelligent in his own field in politics. He's a good orator, very good politician. Public relations, he is very great at. Amitabh Bachchan, fantastic actor. He is a superstar in the field of acting. Virat Kohli, as I said, great cricketer. Although he didn't finish his 12th, but today everybody calls him King Kohli. A.R. Rahman, wizard in music. And Swaminathan, such a great person, who's called the father of the Green Revolution in India. So each one is intelligent in his own field. Now, this is the basis on which we shall move forward. So we can't pinpoint and say so and so person is intelligent, so and so person is not intelligent. We mostly say students who get over 90% are very intelligent, but it's not so. Even the person who's getting 60% may not be performing so well in the studies, but he may be intelligent in some other field, maybe in sports, maybe in music, maybe he's a good orator. We can't immediately term somebody as being super intelligent or very intelligent. This is what the basis is for today's topic, and we shall move forward. So you see, as Albert Einstein very well said, you can see the caption, that person is sitting there and you have before that person a monkey, penguin, an elephant, a fish in a bowl, and a dog, and there's another one, I think that's a seal. So he says for a fair selection, everybody has to take the same exam. Please climb the tree. Is it possible for all the other animals other than the monkey to climb the tree? It's not so.
No, sir.
So this is how it is. What Einstein says is everybody is a genius in his own field. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. So we should not term somebody as useless, or term somebody as not being intelligent, or term somebody as not worthy, because he may be strong, he or she may be strong in some other field. And this is what a wonderful quote given by Albert Einstein. So we should not judge so fast. So what is intelligence? When we say intelligence in a very brief or very simple way of defining intelligence is the ability to solve a problem. So there could be a problem in any field, but if one has the ability to solve a problem, he is considered to be intelligent. So a few points on intelligence. Humans have a brain from where intelligence is developed or formed. All of us have a brain. I think we are sure about that. The brain is made up of millions of neurons. The entire brain is nothing but a set of neurons which is passing signals, which is moving from place to place through different various connections, keeps making new connections every minute. And wherever the saturation of these neurons are, mostly that part of the brain is where the strength of the person lies. So we can say that the brain is the hardware and the mind is the software. This is how it is termed in psychology. So what happens in a child who is in the 9th, 10th, or 11th or 12th? What are the kind of conflicts a child faces? The conflicts in their mind. So some of them, very famous, very common conflicts that a child faces are, the first one being the choices in choosing between two or more career choices. Which career to take? It's a perplexed situation. Should I go in for science? Should I go in for arts? The one person can feel, the child can feel very confused. Or there's a conflict between what each parent wants their child to be. The father may be wanting the daughter to be, for example, a doctor. My mother may be wanting the child to be an engineer, whereas the child wants to be something else. So this is also another kind of conflict that happens. You can see here in the third point. Both the parents want the child to be something, but the child wants something else. Even this situation could crop up. Then there is a conflict between studying in India or abroad. This also is quite common, where the parents don't want to send their child abroad, but the child wants to go abroad. Or rather, if the parents say, let the child go abroad and study and come back with a great certificate, but child doesn't like to leave and go abroad. So this is another conflict. These are all internal conflicts that a child could face. Or there's a conflict between deciding which university or college is the best. Someone may say, go to Bangalore University, but the child says, no, I would like to stay here in Hyderabad University. So this is another conflict that could happen in deciding which university or college is the best. The other type of conflict could happen is the conflict between choosing a traditional field or a new age career. What are traditional fields? If you look 2 or 3 decades before this, we had very few choices. People either would choose engineering, doctor, medical field, teaching field, law, chartered accountant. These were just a few you can count them on your fingers. These were the few choices that we had, and everybody would go in for either becoming a doctor or an engineer or a lawyer. That's it. Those are all the traditional careers that were there. But today there are so many options that have opened up. There are more than 500 options in different fields. Each field has thrown up so many opportunities. So there is a conflict over there also. Or there is a conflict between following one's passion and expectation of others around. This is common among students. All their friends may be saying, let's all do software engineering, we'll become software professionals. But the person who's interested in music or sports may be having something else. But there's a conflict, there's a pull. All my friends are doing it. Should I also do it? Shall I join them also? Like recently, there was this person who was saying that because all my friends are going for software professional, becoming a software engineer, whereas I'm interested in medicine. So she's taken a decision to change to engineering. Would she be a good fit over there? When her entire mentality is to become a doctor, but just because the friends are telling, let's all become software professionals, making a decision, this is sometimes on the emotional front. It's like, emotional buying. So you're buying that idea emotionally, not out of facts and figures. Or there could be a conflict between continuing the family legacy, a business, and starting something new. The family legacy or business. There are people there. The businessman wants their children to continue the business, whereas the children may be wanting to study and flourish in a working culture. So this also could happen. There was one instance, an example. There was this person who is a lawyer, a famous lawyer, and he wanted his son to become also a lawyer because they had a small company, the lawyer's company like. But the son was not interested in becoming a lawyer. He wanted to become a chartered accountant. But his father kept pushing him and pressing on him. So this person, although he took up the chartered accountant line, but he was just not happy. He didn't feel like going home. Ultimately, he used to drink, and then he became an alcoholic. So unfulfilled, this is all what you call the unfulfilled desires or unfulfilled dreams because of the environment surrounding them. So this is also, we need to take care of them. So because sometimes, like my dad said, I'm an engineer, so you become an engineer. You become an engineer, and all my friends are going for engineering. So la 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 la, even I went to become an engineer. But did I really enjoy my career as an engineer? I could say only maybe 50-50. I wasn't really satisfied. But today, as a counselor, if you ask me, are you happy? Oh, yes, I'm very, very happy. Probably that's been my strength, which I didn't identify. I could not identify, neither my parents identified. So these things were not available in those days. Now, since it is there, there's a great opportunity for parents and the student to understand which direction to take for a very satisfying, contented career. I'm just showing this slide. In Parenthood, Ellen Galensky, a famous psychologist, has given these different stages of parenthood. So please focus on the rows which are marked in yellow. So this is the age, the ages from 4 to 5 to age 13, very crucial age. This is the time where parents rethink their role and also to decide what knowledge, skills, and values the child needs. So up to the age of 13, 14 is crucial. We need to guide them. The students also need to understand by this age that which is my preferred line, which is my strength, what is my strength, what do I need to take those stream of subjects that could help me in my future. So that's why I just put this slide so that even parents can understand that yes, we need to take care during this stage. This is the crucial age, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. And that's why this counseling session that I'm having, I've called mostly parents and students who are in this age group. So now let's look at a wheel of a student life. What's happening in today's world? Most of the students you see, they are stuck to their rooms, they are stuck to the mobiles, and you will find everywhere boards put up, either medical or they are talking about IIT, JEE. There are so many coaching centers coming up. All they are doing is pushing them study, 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 study. Whereas a student should be exposed, as per this wheel of student life. There are so many areas a student should indulge in and grow, because this will make a student an all-rounder in life. He won't end up being just, focused on only one thing, and if there's something else that hits him in life, a storm or something, he would face the consequences in a bad way. So if every child is blessed with talent, every person has a talent. Are we using those talents? Are the talents that the child or the person is blessed with, is he using the talent? Is he indulging or playing sports and games? Because sports and games, when you outside into the open area, when he plays or she plays, you tend to sweat out, and then all those toxins that are in the body move out, and you are in a fresh state of living. Similarly, the health. Most of the students these days, youngsters, don't care for health because they end up eating all this junk food, this fast food that is there, all those packaged food, Lays and Kurkure. There's so many that are attracting the students. But what's happening? It's telling on their health. The health today won't be deteriorated. It takes at least 5, 10, 15 years when all the results of of us not having a proper healthy life, all that comes up later. Family, are they really bonding well in the family? Is there a family union happening every time? Is there a good communication happening between the family? Is the child open in speaking with the parents? Is the parents open to speak with the child? So this is another area where a student has to grow in family bonding. Then you have the friends. What kind of friends? This is very important. There is a saying, tell me who your friends are and I will tell you who you are. So what kind of friends are we keeping? Are the students having? Are they having friends who are, goalless? They don't have a goal in their lives, who are indulging in various kinds of today's activities, which are so much attractions in the world. Mobile phone is taken the students and people away from living a proper life. So friends matter a lot also. Are we sticking to the winners? Because if we are with the losers, for sure we are going to become a loser. So the student needs to consider the circle of friends also, because if he sticks to the winner, we can be sure that he is also on the road to a successful life. Social responsibilities. The child needs to be exposed. What are the different social responsibilities? Do they go to an orphanage? Do you go to the old age home? Are we doing any kind of charity works? These all will help a student to understand what life is. He starts looking at life from very close quarters, and this would help him to develop in a much better outlook towards life. Then, of course, studies is there. Studies is very important because you need to have a certificate in life. Without a certificate, they're not given value. Then how are you spending time to gather knowledge and to improve on your skills? Knowledge is power. What kind of books are we reading? What are we listening to? Because all this tomorrow will make you a more competent person rather than the other people. So if you are having a knowledge, for example, and you go for an interview and you are able to speak and give the knowledge that is required more than what is expected also, then you become a winner over there. There you stand a chance of grabbing that opportunity which is there. So knowledge is very, very, very important. What is happening in the world? What are the latest technological developments? What are the different opportunities that are available? All these are very important. So this is the wheel of student life. It is not just only that I have to become a software professional or I should become a doctor, and the entire life is spent, student life is spent only on that. Whereas if a student focuses on all these areas, he is bound to be an all-rounder and shine and excel in life, and he can face any storm that may come up in his life in the future. So now what happens is, let's look at something which will give us an idea. So how does a career for a child chosen? Normally, what do they do? Today, it has become a fashion to know which is the stream that gives the highest income. Okay, like today, all of us know it is software industry. So everybody wants to run to Gachibowli, everybody wants to run to Bangalore, everybody wants to run to Gurgaon in search of software jobs because it's high-paying jobs. Then after what is the income? The next question is, what is the demand? Where is the demand? Where do I go? So people now these days are saying we'll go abroad because I get a better income over there, that there's a good demand over there. Then based on this, they select the stream. Even though they don't fit into it, still they select that particular stream because income is there, demand is there. The third, after stream selection, then the only they think about their aptitude. Do I have that intelligence? Then the personality, and finally the interest. If it goes in this fashion, you can be sure by the mid-career, that particular person who has chosen a wrong path is bound to feel totally, feel that monotonous kind of a job that I'm doing. I don't feel good. I feel a sense of depression. And this is where people end up with mental health issues because they were chasing the wrong thing. They were chasing money. Friends, money cannot buy happiness. You do what your purpose is, you do what your strength is, that will what will buy you happiness. And when you excel in that field, automatically success and money will chase you rather than you chasing money. So this is how the wrong way of the stream selection or career selection is happening. So what should be the right way then? A logical way. The right way to choose a career is, first we understand what are the interests of the child. What are the interests? Where are his interests or her interests? What is the kind of aptitude the child has? Is he a child who's more strong in medicine, or a child who's more strong in music or in sports? We need to understand the aptitude, the intelligence of the child. What is the kind of personality the child or the student has? Then we see what's the demand, what's the income, and finally, based on this, you go for the subjects, the stream selection. This would be a healthy way of choosing a career rather than just taking something which we do not fit into. So now I will take you all a little more deeper into understanding how to go in for the right career. So there was this gentleman, a famous psychologist, Howard Gardner, from Harvard University in USA. And he is famous for his book, Frames of Mind. So in the year 1983, he came out with this book, Frames of Mind, after doing a lot of research. And he says that there is a theory of multiple intelligences. He is the first person who has come out with this, called the theory of multiple intelligences. And he suggested that all people have different kinds of intelligences. So he has identified actually 8 kind of intelligences that a human being can possess. There are, or rather, all human beings can possess. There are 8 kinds of intelligences. So he was the first person, and this is his theory, which is today used extensively, even in Fortune 500 companies or across universities, for people to understand what are their strengths in terms of their aptitude, in terms of their intelligence, in terms of their personality. So Howard Gardner was the first person to bring about this theory. So let's look now something more into a human being. See, we all have this brain, and there is an anatomy to it. The brain, human brain anatomy. I think all of us know the brain has 2 halves. The 2 halves make a whole. So the brain as such consists of 4 major parts. You have the frontal brain lobe, the front part near the forehead. You have a parietal lobe, which is little on the upper behind side. You have a temporal lobe. The temporal lobe is a little on the lower side. And you have the occipital lobe. Now, each of these lobes are in 2 parts. You have a left and you have a right. A frontal brain has a front and a prefrontal. So when we look at this anatomy, Howard Gardner identified that each one of these brain parts has a special role. So for example, the frontal brain lobe, the frontal part is for logical and reasoning. The logical thinking, reasoning comes, the duty of the frontal lobe is it performs this. Prefrontal is for your action, your behavior, whatever actions we are doing, whatever the behavior comes from the prefrontal lobe. Now come to the parietal lobe. The left part of the brain, parietal lobe, controls our finger movements. So you can see all the signals that are coming to the fingers is from the left parietal lobe. The right parietal lobe is for the rest of our body movements. So our walking, our dancing, or whatever it is. Now the temporal lobe, the left part is strong in language or words, vocabulary in one way you can say. So left is responsible for language and words, whereas the right part of the temporal lobe is music. That's where the music senses or the intelligence lies. Now that comes to the 4th one, the occipital lobe. Occipital lobe, the left part has to do with nature, like Dr. Swaminathan. You know, probably he's very strong in the left occipital lobe because he was with nature, with agriculture. He was very strong in that. So nature and pets, people who are having this strength, they are fond of nature, they are fond of pets, they are very good observers. The right part is visual 3D. They have this sense of visual, three-dimensional way of looking at things. That's why you see there are people who can become very good architectures, engineers, or they could be very good pilots because their view, three-dimensional view, is very strong. Or even I say a cricketer. A cricketer is seeing that ball coming at him at such speed, he can make a judgment at the split of a second how to play that ball. So he could be having this right visual 3D strength. So all these things have been identified on a human being. Now, if you see if a person is strong, say in the right temporal lobe, and you tell the person to go and do some logical kind of a subject, mathematical, MPC and all, will that person fit into that? He cannot, because he is blessed with something else, and no two persons are the same. Everybody have their own strengths, because all these neurons, neurotransmitters, they are all saturated in one part of the brain, and this is how the strength comes in. So every human being, every individual is different. You can't say because the father is like this, so the daughter also will be that way. For example, Amitabh Bachchan is a great superstar, but what about his son? His son isn't having those qualities that Amitabh Bachchan has. Same way with if you take Sachin Tendulkar, he is right from young age he was identified of being a good cricketer, but his son is just an average cricketer. So this is how it is. Every human being is different. So based on this only, we can make a career choice. But we need to understand how do we do it? How do we get to know that? That's the moot question. So wouldn't it be nice to know if there is a scientific tool that can help us understand what are our interests, what is my personality, what is my intelligence? If I know this through a scientific tool, then that can give me a direction in life, then that can fulfill my purpose, that can bring happiness to me. So these are the three areas: interest, personality, and intelligence. So a scientific tool is much preferred because only that, through a psychological base, can help us identify these three areas. What are my interests? What are my personality? What is my intelligence? So how do we get this? Dear friends, there is a wonderful tool which is out, and many of you probably would be knowing it also. This is the psychometric test. The psychometric test helps an individual to understand his interests, his personality, and intelligence. Once we know these three, then we become strong in our own selves. We know what is our future. We know what we need to do, how we are going to do. This is what my strength is. And then we can start developing ourselves through the psychometric test. So psychometric test, or rather the psychometric, is a tool, a scientific tool that was brought about by these psychologists to understand a person's strengths. So how does it help? How does it help a student or any person? It helps to identify the aptitude, that is intelligence, and the interests. It enhances self-awareness. Self-awareness is a key to success. You need to know about your own self. If you do not know about your own self, then you're just depending on what people are saying, and finally the result will be a big disaster. So one needs to understand his own self. So a psychometric test helps in self-awareness. It also guides in academic and career choices. What do I need to take? Which line, as we have been discussing? What are my career choices based on the strength that has been identified? It improves my learning strategies. Having known that this is my strength, then I can have a strategy of how I go about learning. It increases my quest for learning in a particular direction. It enables to understand my strengths and weaknesses. It enables me to understand the strengths and weaknesses. It also finally reduces the regret by making right decisions. As I said earlier, we may make a decision today, take a particular subject, but midway, midlife, mid-career, we may regret, why on earth did I take this line? It's not suiting me. I'm not happy at all. And that could result in, as I said, into even mental health issues. So this is what a psychometric test helps in. The psychometric test is used, as I said, in Fortune 500 companies, even in recruitments. A large consultancy like Monster.com, they use this. They use this at high levels also, at a high, up the hierarchy, in high positions. They use this to see if the person fits to take up a particular role, maybe as a vice president, as a director. They are made to go through these psychometric tests. So this is how important it is. It is a great tool to help a person make the right choices. So friends, we have this tool. So at the Cornerstone Foundation, that is the foundation from which we are talking, and this psychometric test is available. It's available at a nominal cost. It's a very easy test. It's just a questionnaire with 80 questions. The student needs to answer those 80 questions and send back that form. And that form, we load it into a software. And that software gives us the 23-page report. When it gives a 23-page report, it talks all about our interests, our intelligence, and our personality. So I'd just like to show you an example of the report. I'll show you my own report because I won't like my other clients' reports to come up here. I'll show you my own report. I had done this test. And can you see this? Can somebody confirm if you can see Cornerstone?
No, sir.
No,
Can you?
sir.
We can.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the front page. Since I'm doing this, this is how it comes. The front page is the Cornerstone Foundation. It's a 23-page report.
Brother,
you
we
get to
cannot
s-
see it. We just see your PPT, your presentation, PPT.
Oh, really? 1 minute. Sorry. Just a second. Can you see this now?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
You can see Cornerstone Foundation impacting people's lives towards change, right? Pista
Yes,
green
sir.
color. Okay. So this is the front page. Since I'm doing it from here, I put this as my logo and other things. Here you get your personal details, the name, age, all those details are given here. Then the client ID is here. I got this done in December. You'll be surprised. I just want to share something personal over here. You see, I told you I was an engineer, 30 years of professional work experience. Last 3 years, after I gave up my job, I was thinking, what should I do? And then since I had an interest to talk to people, and help them out and all, so I said, let me get into coaching and counseling. So after 3 years of doing so many certifications, I did this test. And I got to know that my strength really lies in this, that I'm good at counseling, I'm good at coaching. So this has revealed itself at a late stage. Doesn't matter, but I'm very happy that at least I got to know that I'm in the right line right now. So this is how it is. So this is a welcome page that is common. Then you have your disclaimer. Then you got here, this is where based on the interests, you find what kind of a personality. So RIASEC, RIASEC is all the first letters of the different personalities an individual can have. You can be realistic, you can be investigative, you can be artistic, social, or enterprising. So in my case, if you see, the highest score I got is conventional. Second best is investigative. I am supposed to be investigative and enterprising. So what are these? They're given an explanation very well for each one of them. So I'm an organizer, a thinker, and a persuader, in short. So if I take first, I'm not realistic, I'm investigative. So I believe in hands-on knowledge, building, physical activity, outdoors. What's my kind of personality? Investigative. Types tend to be curious about everything. They're constantly seeking to learn about and understand their environment. They are precise, intellectual, and have a scientific mindset. What are my values? Intellectual curiosity, critical thinking, and logic. What are my potential aptitudes? Research, logical reasoning, all this. What is a learning style? What kind of learning style I'll have? learn by theory and systematic research. So this is one of my strong points of my personality. So investigative is one, not artistic. I'm not artistic. I'm not social also. Enterprising, conventional. He says, for example, I'm highest as being conventional. What kind of a personality? I'm meticulous, kind of perfectionist, conformist, rather inverted. Very true. I'm a little of an introvert. I value accuracy, stability, and efficiency. I love data analysis. Even when I was in sales, I would do a lot of analysis, attention to detail, and ability to work with numbers. Learning style, following rules, instructions, established procedures. I like going by the rules. So this has identified the right personality in me. So from this RIASEC, RIASEC, how you have answered those 80 questions, it will bring out your kind of personality. So now coming back again to the intelligence part now. The top part, the earlier part we saw was the personality. Here is about the intelligence. As I said earlier, Howard Gardner was a person who brought this out. And the 8 intelligences over here very clearly you can get to know. I had shown you the brain anatomy, but that he has converted it into different strengths. This picture is a little, but down below you can see logical, mathematical, musical. He's a naturalist, or he's verbal, linguistic. Is he interpersonal? Bodily kinesthetic means more physical kind of a person. Spatial visual is the 3D strength that he has, or intrapersonal. So if you take this, my strength is intrapersonal, 15. It identifies 3 or 4 major dominions. So 15.38 is intrapersonal. Second highest I get is logical, mathematical, and then verbal. So if I look at intrapersonal means within, not inter. Inter means external, intra means within. So here, as a intrapersonal, the first one is that only, highest score is I have self-awareness, personal cognizance, personal objectivity. This is all about me. Preferred learning style, again, it's given as self-reflection, self-discovery. Now, the important part here is this report also tells you what kind of careers would be suitable for you. So if I have scored high over here, I see very well that these are the career options that will give me a great satisfaction in life. Can you hear me, all of you? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, see, in my case, I scored highest in intrapersonal. So these are the careers where that I'll find a great satisfaction. I could be a good psychologist, a philosopher, a writer, a theologian, career counselor. That's what I'm doing now. I can also be a personal counselor, philosopher. You see, in this way, it also suggests that these career options would be suitable for me. Similarly, for every kind, it also shows here how to improve. If I further want to improve my interpersonal intelligence, I can do all these activities. Self-reflect, practice self-care, set goals. So it gives for each kind of intelligence the same format, everything they give, how to improve on each of those intelligences. Classroom activities, if I'm doing it for somebody else, these are the activities that I can do for the classroom. So similarly, for all kinds of intelligences, they are given the same way. So 8 intelligences are covered over here. This is the report. 23-page report, logical, mathematical. Yeah, you can see. So logical, mathematical, career options, all these are there. And if you come down, musical, suppose a person has a strong musical intelligence. What are the preferred learning style? And what are the career options? You see, somebody liking music, there are so many different kinds of options. Can be an audiologist, he can be a music conductor, publisher, music retailer, piano tuner, recording engineer, songwriter. You can take up something in this, some line in this, and progress and become a master in this. So there are so many options available. How to improve in music line, this also is given. Now, after each of these intelligences identified a personal and also personality and intelligence, he has clubbed it. Howard Gardner through another psychologist, McKenzie. This is called McKenzie theory, and he has made it into three parts. Am I an analytical kind of a person? Or am I an interactive kind of a person or an introspective? So he has clubbed, for example, analytical. These three intelligences he has clubbed: logical, musical, and naturalist. He has clubbed these three and he has called it an analytical kind of a human being or interactive. He has clubbed over here verbal, interpersonal, and kinesthetic intelligences. So this becomes an interactive kind of a person. Or is he an introspective? He has combined intrapersonal and visual intelligences. So this is how you get a 23-page report. This gives a good direction. This tells me which line I should consider, and then I can progress and develop in this. And for sure, this will bring me happiness. This will give me satisfaction because it is a scientific tool, a tool that has been designed by the famous psychologists across the world. So this is what I wanted to show you this report. And this is the last slide of the presentation that I made today. So if anybody is keen that they would like to go through the psychometric test, they would like to have the psychometric test, my mobile number and WhatsApp is given here. You can note it down and speak to me separately, and you can take up this test. It's a very simple test. The moment you confirm you are taking this test, I'll send you a mail with the questionnaire. You answer that very closely, sitting calmly and with lot of focus, understanding each question. You answer that question paper, send it back to me, and I will load it into a software, and I'll get this report, which I just showed you, this 23-page report. That I would send it back to you, and I can also briefly explain that report once again to you as part of post-counseling. So this is how we work in career counseling. So I'll stop share over here, and I'll come back to all of you. So have every one of you got some idea on how we go about choosing a career or making a right career choice, more for having a happy career rather than a regretful career? Is it clear? You all can switch on your videos. All blank here, I can't see anybody. So feel free to speak. Any questions you'd like to ask, you can come forward and ask.
Sir, I'm Judith's father.
Yes, hi, Judy.
I just joined the main conference,
Yeah,
but whatever you said in about 8 minutes or 9 minutes, I was there, and it is very crystal clear and very what do you say, like knowledgeable as to how to groom ourselves and how to make our own career by understanding our own self.
yes,
So, in other words, you were trying to explain about self analysis in which you are good and how you have to create your own path and grow in that particular career.
you're right.
That
you're
is
right.
what I got understood in this 8 minutes.
Yes, sir.
And one help I need. Whatever the 26 slides you got right, could you help me with that?
Help you with the slides?
Yeah, that will be a great help.
Sir, if, I can't share the slides with you. Maybe I'll share the recording with you.
That sounds great because I can listen from the beginning.
Yeah, you can go through the
And
entire thing. I will share the recording with you, and
yeah,
you can make a what is your daughter doing at the moment? Which
she just passed 10th.
Okay,
She
good.
secured 97%.
Wonderful. So now she has to decide which line she's going in for. She should choose the right line.
She is trying to get into MPC plus IIT.
Okay. Are you pushing her or is she going on her own?
Initially, I created interest in her, but now I am asking her to do the UPSC, but she is still adamant in getting into IIT.
Okay. So let her do this test. She will get to know the strength of her, I mean, what intelligence she is blessed with. And if she has the MPC, let her continue with MPC because
No.
ultimately it is her choice. But this test will give her also a direction. This test will also give her that which other than MPC, she can, on the sidelines, she can also do some other course. Suppose she
That
wants to
is
do
true.
IIT and at the same time she's interested in some sports or music, she can do that parallelly also. And by
Yeah.
doing so, what happens? She continues having her strength with her. She doesn't throw away her strength. She doesn't regret that I didn't develop in that. So let her go
In
through
that-
this test.
I understand by what you're saying is she will not get bored either. When she's studying, she'll be focused, and when she's in a relaxed mode or something like that, she can listen to music or a
Not
kind
only
of
that, Not
game.
only that, suppose in her mid-career she feels like she wants to make a switch. She's not happy of that, but because she has pursued, for example, music, she can always easily switch into music. Or rather, she can use her engineering background to get into becoming a great music technician or a great music engineer. You see,
Okay.
it comes, it plays. Your one side, your strength, you're doing it. The other side, for example, she likes MPC, she's doing IIT. So one way she's doing it, she can use this into the other field also because she's been pursuing music also. Let her understand her strength. That's what I'm trying to say. So
Sure.
it is of great benefit that she understands what she is blessed with.
We have taken a snapshot of the WhatsApp number as well as
Yeah,
I guess
please
WhatsApp
contact
number.
me separately and we can conduct this test. Okay.
Sure, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank
And
you.
it is very helpful in these days. Nobody shares anything, but you have been a great human being.
No, it's nothing
So,
like that. It is, you see,
no,
counseling people come to my center also, and families come individually, and I give them the counseling, the same slides I show them. Then they make up their mind, then they ask their son or daughter to go through the test. After that, there is a clarity between the parents and the child. The
True.
parents and child, each one knows what they are supposed to do, where we are going to head in the future, rather than having these conflicts. Parents
Now,
want something, child wants something, and then otherwise all of you will come on a common platform.
likewise, me and my daughter, I
Yes.
am pursuing her for UPSC, and she is
Understand her
into
strength.
IIT.
Understand her strength. Please understand her personality and strength.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Anyone else, please? Thanks a lot, sir. Good questions.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, I'm so glad that you shared your valuable inputs with us.
Yes.
I think I've got a more clear vision of what I should actually do because we are actually waiting for my son's result. He's finished his 12th standard this year.
Okay.
And we were in a fix like whether we have to get driven by what his passion is. But he wasn't able to make a clear decision by himself. So we had to support him. We were only encouraging him to pursue his ways. But I think this psychometric test, which you have just put up in this webinar, it is a very great use for me.
Yes.
So I think that I will just ask my son to take this psychometric test, and I will just contact you personally in your WhatsApp.
Sure.
And I think we'll be expecting his result in the second week of May.
Okay.
So
Before
I think
that,
this
you
is
get this done.
yes, sir. I'll get
so
that
that you
done.
have a right direction.
Yes, I'll get that. I think I'll be having a more clear perspective what I have to do with my son.
Sure.
And it is not that we compel him to do anything. We just tell him, go by your own mind. Whatever it is which applies to you, which takes you on a career driven pursuit with passion, you please go ahead with that. And we would
Absolutely.
support you morally and would take it up with spiritually also. In whatever ways we will do that, we will support you on that. So
Fantastic.
I think, and this webinar, I think I got it from Anita yesterday, and
Yeah.
I'm really thankful, and I'm very glad that I met you also. Hope to keep in touch with you.
Sure,
So,
sure. And I'm so thankful that you joined.
yes, sir, it's my pleasure to. I think you have given your valuable time to us, and it's nice to keep more associated with you people
Please,
and building the
continue the
Yes.
association, please. We
Yes,
can
sir.
work
How would I
wonders.
get in? How would I get? I think I will just message you on the WhatsApp. Is it
Yeah,
to get
that's-
this? Yeah, I'll just personally would text you on
just-
this WhatsApp.
Yeah, we'll first
I'll do
connect
that.
and then immediately we'll get going.
Do I have to make my son talk to you? So is before that, or is it
I will just
necessary at all?
may take just a 2-3 minute. I will just suggest to him how to look at the test,
Okay.
take his time and all that.
Okay.
2-3 minutes. But after the test,
Okay.
normally what I do is it's not that I just send away the report. We will again have a Zoom meeting in which individually, like if you take you and your son, three of us will sit together on the Zoom. We'll go through the report and we'll understand the report.
Yes,
Okay?
sir.
So
Yes,
that
sir.
I do as post counseling, post test. That
Okay,
also
sir.
will be available for everybody who takes the test. After the test, I will again sit and we'll go through the report. Okay?
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Thanks for this.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yes.
Anybody else? Brother Mathu?
Yes, Brother Praveen and Sister Anita, thank you. Thank you for this time. We really appreciate what you're doing for all of us. And one thing that I really appreciate is that you are bridging the gap between the parents and the children. You
Yes.
know, even as you were sharing, I could associate, I could think, you know, what I want my daughter to be or what my daughter wants, she wants to be. So I think you're bringing in a bridging in the gap which is already there among the parents and the children.
True.
Because the Gen Alpha, the Gen Z,
Gen Z.
we are all, I don't know what we are called. We are called millennials. Maybe, I think so.
Millennials.
The million. There's a lot of gap, and you know what we see, and what they see. The perspectives are different. And thank you for bringing up this presentation. It's really helpful. And I think this test also will help us to have a clear idea of what, and we will actually be sure. For us, we know the talents and the gifts that my daughter and son have. You know, the inclination towards what they have. But when we want to take the test and we want to really confirm it and then proceed accordingly,
True.
We also don't pressurize them of what they have to do, but we guide them gently, which is a better option. So once again, thank you for this time, and really we appreciate it because people need this, you know. And I think going forward, I would recommend and promote it to many of my friends, family, and network. They need this. I truly believe that many of them, even as when you started this session, I was just reminding my daughter, I think we will ask uncle to have a session with all your batchmates and classmates and their parents so that they can have a.
Yes. We can do that.
Thank you so much once again.
You're welcome. Thanks a lot for joining in. Thanks a lot. Pleasure. Anybody else? Sharon, are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Got everything clarity after our meeting?
Yes, sir. I had before when I met you, no, sir, like it was day before yesterday. I was actually very confused until I met you and ma'am. I was really very confused. I didn't know where to go, what to choose. Like people were telling it's like whatever my ideas are, they are wrong. Some are telling okay, you can go, but it is risky. But after I met you, no, sir, I found like yeah, whatever I'm thinking might be wrong. But the way you said, no, sir, the way you explained and all, it gave me a clear clarity and a pathway to my career, sir.
Wonderful. So God bless you in that, and I'm glad that you're taking it seriously. Live for yourself and do whatever you do. Do it with your strength. What you're blessed with. Okay.
Yes.
Don't get influenced by what the world is telling you. You make your decision, take your own step after understanding. That's why self-awareness is so important. If you
Yes.
understand your own strengths, you understand your own weaknesses, that will take you places and that will keep you happy. See, you should always target for happiness. It is not, as I always say, money can never buy happiness. Money is required. Money is required to live comfortably, but that's not the one that's going to bring you the real joy and happiness. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
one side you need to grow spiritually, one side you got to grow in your academics, and the other way is keeping a good boundaries, for yourself. You should know where your cutoff lines. Okay. So
Yes.
Sharon, I'm really glad
Yes.
that you joined this webinar today. You can speak to your dad, and in case you want to go for this test, you can go for it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Okay.
Praveen, a quick question.
Yeah.
Wanted to check, do you have a module for the parents on how to handle children who are, into gadgets, more into gadgets, inclined always on the gadgets? Nowadays the requirement is the studies, the project, everything is done system based. So, that becomes a habit that they have gadgets all the time, and they use gadgets for playing or browsing and all of these things.
I can
Sometimes
do
it
that.
becomes an addiction. So, do you
Exactly. You
have?
hit the point. It becomes an addiction.
Yeah.
But what starts it? What makes the person initially go in for that? So I have the package for that also. We can speak on addictions. We can talk on parenting. We can talk on family bonding. There are so many things that I have the modules ready with me to give presentations. Okay.
Okay.
And we need to understand the science behind it.
Okay.
See, there are two things. One is the science behind it. One is the spirituality behind it. These two things, if we are strong and we understand, then our life is set on the right path.
Okay.
Yeah, it becomes a double-edged sword, right? One side you know what it is all about science. On the other side, you have the supreme power with you.
Yes.
So this is how we need to progress in life. And when we do that, you will be a very happy, contented person in life.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. We can always personally talk about this. And in fact, I'm thinking of coming out with the next week or so on another webinar on, I do not know how to name it, whether I put it as family bonding or should I call it as just relationships, understanding family dynamics. But I'll decide and I'll put it out. When I put it out, I'll send you all the link. I'll give you the information. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Harismita, you can talk. How are you? Was it helpful?
It was very helpful. It was very with clarity. The session was very helpful, sir, and especially the psychometric test.
Yes.
And thank you for giving your time and explaining about.
Harismita, every time I speak to you, I feel very happy. I don't know why, but I'm so glad that you attended this program and come forward and make up your mind. You can speak to your parents also. You have a wonderful future ahead. You just have to put things in the right perspective. Once you know your direction, nothing to stop you. You'll become unstoppable. Okay?
Thank you.
Yeah. God bless you. And I look forward to meeting you sometime.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Ma.
Thank you.
Vinila. Is Vinila over there? Any questions? So I think we have come to a close of this. Yes, Vinila, please tell me.
Hi, sir.
Hi.
Yeah, the session what you have given is very informative.
Yes.
I just wanted to know how much does it cost, this psychometric test?
This cost is what I charge from the center and what I'm giving to others. Unlike to what the market is doing, market is charging anywhere 2,500 and above, but we are giving it at 1,500 rupees, 1,500 rupees.
1,500 rupees. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Okay, sir.
that includes the counseling and that includes the 23-page psychometric report.
Okay. You will
Okay.
be giving us a soft copy.
Of course, I'll send it to you. You will get the entire copy. You can take a printout of that.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
From where are you, madam? Urmila?
I'm from Hyderabad, sir.
Hyderabad. Okay. Which part of Hyderabad?
Sir?
Which part of Hyderabad?
Dilshuk Nagar.
Okay. This is for you or for your daughter or somebody or son?
No, for my daughter.
Okay. What's she doing?
Now she is pursuing her CA.
Oh, really? Okay. Great. Great to know that. So you can contact me personally. You've seen my number.
Yes,
You
sir.
have my number. You can always call me. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you. Thank you, sir.
So can we close? Thank you very, very much, every one of you who attended. A great pleasure bringing this webinar to all of you. And God bless all of you in your endeavors. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Wish you the same.
Thanks a lot.